Good morning, grade 7. Today, inshallah, we're going to continue our new branch, which is poetry. We will revise the introduction of poetry before we start completing our poem day. Introduction for poetry. Do you remember what's poetry? What's poetry? Poetry. Yes, putting words on order to express in part thoughts from me right to your heart. Yes, poetry is the art of writing poems. The art of writing poems. Who's the poet? The person who writes poems. What's a poem? A piece of writing, often arranged in short lines with rhythm. The stanza is a group of lines in the poem. And as we said, the poem consists of more than one stanza. It can be 3, 4, 5, 10. Paraphrase. It's a term you will use this year. Whenever you are asked to paraphrase a poem or a stanza, you have to tell me what the poet wants to say through his poem. What the poet wants to say through his poem. The rhyme scheme, how the words sound at the end of the lines. The figures of speech, words or some expressions used in an imaginative way to express what the poet wants to say or to make an effect. The figures of speech, do you remember them? Yeah, we've talked about alliteration, we've talked about metaphor, we've talked about simile, and we said, yes, repetition or personification, exactly. Do you remember don't delay dawns, disarming display? These words starts with the same sound. These words start with the same sound. Yeah, this is called alliteration. It's called alliteration. Exactly like these words. Sarah's 7 sisters slept soundly in sand. Alliteration. The picture screamed for attention. Do you remember who can scream? Only people. So this is called personification. The curved pumpkin smiled at me. Smiled at me. Who can smile? Human being. So we gave the pumpkin a human characteristic. So this is also personification. She looks like a flower, but she stings like a bee. Here I described her like a flower, and I described her like a bee. Describing something or someone using something else is called simile whenever you use like or as. Sister Susie is sewing socks for soldiers. Sewing soldiers start with the same sound, alliteration. He's tall as a mountain. I am describing him as a mountain. Yes, perfect. Simile. I used as. The internet is like a window to the world. I described the internet like a window. Simile. The peak of her career. I described her career as a mountain which has a peak. Okay, is it simile? Of course not. I didn't use as or like. So we have something else which is called metaphor. The metaphor is describing something using something else or someone using something, but without using as or like. The snow is a white blanket. Metaphor. The calm lake was a mirror. Metaphor. Rhyme scheme. As we said at the beginning, the rhyme scheme, how does the line end? How does the line end? The sound at the end of the line. The sound at the end of the line. Okay, How can I make the rhyme scheme? I told you before, or the last session, that we have to look at the last sound and make it using the alphabetical order, A, B, C, D. Always remember, the first sound in the poem takes A. So close your eyes and don't peek. And a second sound, and I will rub spring. A third sound, across your cheek. Cheek here is a repeated sound like beak, so it takes the same letter. Smooth and satin. N, new sound, soft and sleek. Repeated sound. Close your eyes, repeated sound, and don't peek. Repeated sound. So the rhyme scheme for this stanza is ABC, BDB, AB. And that was a quick revision for the poetry part. Okay. Let's continue revising the first poem we have started last session. Do you remember what was the name of the poem? Yes, it was called Day by Cecil Spring Rice. Cecil Spring Rice. We have taken the first stanza. Let's remember it together. I am busy, said the sea. I am busy, think of me. Making continents to be. I am busy, said the sea. Do you remember what was the paraphrasing for this stanza? Okay. The poet here wants to say that the sea has a very important job or task, which is dividing the whole world into parts, continents, cities, towns, villages, so people can live in. So the poet here wants to say that the sea has a very important job, which is dividing the whole world into parts, so people can live in. Okay, this is the first term, paraphrasing. The second term, yes, figures of speech. We have to extract some figures of speech. The first figure is personification. I am busy, said the sea. Of course, we know that the sea cannot say. Who's the only one who can say? The human being. So I gave the sea a human characteristic. So it's called personification. Personification in line 1. The sea speaks about itself as if it were a human being. We also have alliteration. I am busy, set the sea. Set the sea. Set and sea start with the same sound. So it's called alliteration. The sound, the S sound, is repeated at the beginning of set and sea. And remember, the alliteration must be in the same line. In the same line. We also have repetition in lines 1, 2, and 4. I am busy, said the sea. I am busy, think of me. I am busy, said the sea. I am busy is repeated at the beginning of the lines. The rhyme scheme for this stanza, let's make it together. I am busy, said the sea, E. So it's gonna be A. I am busy, think of me, the same sound, A. Making consonants to be the same sound, A. I am busy, said the sea. It's the same sound, A. So the rhyme scheme for this stanza is A. Okay, let's check the second stanza. I am busy, said the rain. When I fall, it's not in vain. Wait and you will see the grain. I am busy, said the rain. Think about it. What do you think he wanna say here? What's his message? What does he want to deliver? The first stanza, he talked about the sun. I'm sorry, the sea. He talked about the sea and he said that the sea has a very important task. What do you think? Is he saying the same thing about the rain? Does the rain have a task like the sea? Of course it has. Whenever the rain falls, it is not useless. When it falls, it makes the plants grow. So all of the living beings or the human beings or anyone on earth can eat. So the paraphrasing for this stanza is, the poet says that the rain has a job or a task like the sea. When it falls, it doesn't fall uselessly. When it falls, it makes the grain or the plants grow. So everyone on earth can eat. We have here some words: in vain, something useless or not effective. Grain, the wheat, rice, barley. Let's read the paraphrasing here. In this stanza, the rain speaks about its job. Like the sea, it will work forever. The work that the rain does is not useless, but it helps the grain to grow. The grain doesn't just mean wheat, rice, or barley, but it means all foods that enable human beings to live. Or as I said before, the rain has a very important job. When it falls, it doesn't fall uselessly. When it falls, it makes the plants grow so everyone on earth can eat. Right. Let's check the figures of speech. I am busy, said the rain. I am busy, said the rain. What do you think we have here? Personification. Exactly. Said the rain. Said the rain. So line 1, we have personification. The rain speaks about itself as if it were a human being or a person. Okay. I am busy, said the rain. When I fall, it is not in vain. Wait, and you will see the grain. Wait, and you will see the grain. What do you think we have here? Do we have two words start with the same sound? Yes. Wait, well. Okay. What do we call this figure of speech? It's alliteration. Alliteration. Okay, it is not written here, but now you know it. Alliteration. Right. I am busy, said the rain. When I fall, it is not in vain. Wait, and you will see the grain. I am busy, said the rain. We have repeated lines here. So we have repetition. The second or the third figure in this stanza, repetition. Lines 1 and 4 are repeated. Lines 1 and 4 are repeated twice. Right. Let's make the rhyme scheme. I am busy, said the rain. Okay. The previous session, I told you that whenever we make the rhyme scheme, we do not make it stanza alone, then the second stanza alone. No, we make the whole poem together. Yani, I am busy, said the rain. Shall I put A here? No. I put A at the beginning or in the first stanza here. So here, if I have a different sound, it's gonna be B. So I am busy, said the rain, B. When I fall, it's not in vain, the same sound, B. Wait, and you will see the grain, B. I am busy, said the rain, B. So the rhyme scheme here, B, 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 B. Okay. Stanza 3. Stanza 3. I am busy, said the air. Blowing here and blowing there. Up and down and everywhere, I am busy, said the air. So this stanza is talking about another element of nature, which is the air. We've talked about the sea, the rain, and here we're talking about the air. Does it have a task like the sea and the rain? Of course. Can we live without the air? Of course not. So the poet here says that the air is one of the elements of nature, like the sea and the rain, which has a very important task, which is blowing everywhere, up, down, here and there. So everyone on earth can breathe. Again, the air also has a very important task, like the sea and the rain, which is blowing up, down, here and there. He means it blows north, west, east, in all directions. It flows in all directions, so people can breathe. Right. Let's check the figures of speech. I think it has become easy now. I am busy, said the air. Said the air. What's the figure here? Yes, personification. Because the air cannot say, so he makes the air as a human being who can say. So it's personification. Line 1, personification. Blowing here and blowing there. Blowing here and blowing there. Did you notice? The word blowing is repeated 2 times. So we have repetition. We have repetition. So here, personification. Personification. And here we have repetition. The word flowing is repeated 2 times. The word flowing is repeated 2 times. Okay, up and down and everywhere. Here and there, up and down. What do you think of these words? Here, there, up, down. They are opposites, right? Opposites. Yeah. Here, there, up and down. We call that figure of speech contrast. Whenever you have opposites, we call it contrast. So we have contrast in line 2. Here, there. And line 3, up, down. So this is the third figure of speech. I am busy, said the air. I am busy, said the air. So we also have here repetition. Line 1 is repeated twice. Line 1 is repeated twice. Here we are. These are all of the figures of speech in this stanza. Okay. Let's make the rhymes. I am busy, said the air, air, air. Did you notice that we had this sound at the end of the lines before? No. So it's going to be C. Blowing here and blowing there, C. Up and down and everywhere, C. I am busy, said the air, C. So the rhyme scheme here is going to be C, 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 and C. Okay. See, and see. Hope you enjoyed and hope you got the session. If you have any problems, just feel free to contact us or send us messages. And inshallah, we will continue the poem next session.